feels so good to be able to watch Blue Lock on a Saturday. Hey, it's Romania Black, and I know that you all are watching this Sunday, but girls got to have some time to edit, all that good stuff. But I am so excited. I am prepared today. I have blue Kool-Aid at the ready because that's what we need to do. I have coffee at the ready because we need caffeine as well, as if we're not hyped up by the series already. I have comments. I have notes. I am ready to go. And I am so excited. Knowing that the streaming service where I'm at, the episodes come out at like 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm like, okay, after lunch, if I've got nothing else going on, I'm going to sit down and watch it. So that's super exciting, right? But yes, so episode 1 was a fabulous start to this season. I was so excited. There's already so much going on, as one would expect. And we're now in the 3rd selection. We've got to narrow down 35 people to 11. The cuts are going to be real and they're gonna hurt. I'm like, ugh. So yes, let's dive into this, shall we? I want to talk about first a couple of comments. One, Wim, who is the wonderful moderator for this series, they are so awesome. They are like on the ball. They're like, by Wednesday of each week, they're like, all right, you're ready to go with comments? And I'm like, yes, which is super helpful because that means I can look at y'all's comments as long as you aren't spoiling things, and get back to you before the following Saturday. So that's super cool, and I really appreciate it. They noted that this season has a new art director, which definitely you can feel the transition in the artwork, but I think it's really awesome. I am really on board with it so far. I love the line work. It looks great. Also, Hoichi the Earless, that is the U20 manager we met last episode, they are actually their name is based on a Japanese ghost story. And I'm like, of course. Of course they are, right? But their voice actor also plays a lot of really intriguing characters. They play Muzan in Demon Slayer. They play Pluto in the series Pluto. They also play Goda in Mob Psycho 100. So not always a bad guy, but they are good at playing antagonists. And then they've also been featured as a voice actor in both Naruto, which I have seen, and Hunter x Hunter, which I have not seen all of and will one day get back to one day. But they are a voice actor in all those series, so they're pretty well known, which is nice. Alexander Q asked a couple of interesting questions, saying, would Ego keep any reserves behind the 100 in case if someone was injured during their match with the U20? I thought about that because Alexander Q brought up a really good point, being like, if you only have 11 people and there are no reserves, what happens if one of them gets injured? I guess you're just out of luck. So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work, if Ego's going to be like, deal with it. Because eventually they're just getting down to 5, right, that are supposedly going to play with the Japanese team. That's how I thought it was in season 1. So maybe things have changed since Hoichi and this other guy, Baratsuda, are involved in this. We'll just see how it goes and evolves. But that's a really good question. I don't know. I don't know hardly anything about soccer or football. So I'm just going by what the show's given me. It's like if you watch Kuroko's basketball and you don't know the rules of basketball, you're like, oh. So, and then KA, I do like, before we get to KA's comment, Alexander Q also pointed out that the U20 manager, Barasuda, and Hoichi, they are really good foils. And I agree. I feel like some people might be kind of turned off by how over the top, dramatic, and theatrical they are as villains. But Ego is so dry and thinks he's so smart that it's good to have his ego literally foiled by these two over the top villains who probably are not afraid to get in his face. I like it. I like the dynamic a lot. And then KA over on YouTube, they point out that in the movie that we watched a couple weeks ago, Namioka, who was Reo and Nagi's rival in the movie from that one team, and they were also at Blue Lock, but they got kicked out pretty early. Their name means to lick. And I was like, of course it does. Of course it means to lick. Of course, in this world where people are getting devoured and eaten and cannibalized, of course we have a character whose name means to lick. Of course we do. So I thought that was really funny. But Anne and some others over on Patreon recommended that as we're going into this third selection, there's been 3 teams. The 35 have separated into 3 teams, but they recommended that I go back to season 2 and look at the second, or season 1, and look at the second selection and see who had all been originally paired up, so that I could kind of get a better understanding of who's going to have interesting, or who has worked together in the second selection that's going to carry over to this one. So for example, the first team that cleared was Rin, Jujubee, Aryu, Toki, Batra, and Isagi. So it makes sense they're all on the same team now. They've worked together, they challenge each other, that's how it goes. Then the second team that passed was Nagi, Baro, Chigiri, Zantetsu, and Kiora. And Kiora has like the Elder Toguro squiggly hair. They're not important to me. But I was like, they all kind of split up and did different things. So I thought that was interesting. Whereas team 1 stuck together, team 2, they all like dispersed. Although Baro and Chigiri are still together. So there's that. Then you had the third team have 3 of the top 6, which is interesting to me. You had Tobito, Ada, and Kinyu with the glasses. But then you also have Himizu, who basically has the same hairstyle as Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z. That's what I'm going to call them, number 18. And then Yuzu, who has the leek hair. They look like Dr. Stone as well as Yashiro from Hanako-kun. They have the radish hair, basically. So they were on that team. Team 4 is what I'm going to call the completely disposable team, because I don't think that any of them are making it to the top 11, which includes Nanase, who is basically Isagi's doppelganger. No. Taiga, who is basically Raichi 2.0. No. Hiragi, that basically looks like one of the assassins from Hunter x Hunter. No. Indoji, who has the tiger hair. No. And then Haiji, who looks like a bunch of paper mache. No. I don't think any of them are making it. So team 4 is irrelevant. Get them out of here. Team 5 has Nico, Hiyori, who basically, Hiyori, what did I put down as my note on them? They look generic. So probably not. Sara Madara has the snake dreads. Ishikari is Discount Baro. No. And then Nishioka. Now, Nishioka is the one that was injured that people were like, oh, he's rumored to be really good. He will be interesting, but I don't know. And then team 6 is Raichi, Gin, and Wanama, as well as Tanaka, who looks like Bob Ross, and Shiguma, who looks like Ione from Haikyuu and also looks like he's 37. So that's that team. And then the final team rounds out our top 6 with Ryusei. I know people call him Shido. I'm calling him Ryusei because Ryusei sounds slimier. And then Igarashi, Reo, and then Corona and Sakura are Plusle and Minen. Corona's been the one that's been by Reo a lot last episode, which makes a lot of sense now considering they were on the same team in the second selection. Corona's like, I want a friend. Be my friend. Be my coach, Victor. So anyway, I thought these were all really good comments to make. I'm going to keep this with me. And as we go through and people get singled out and checked out, we're going to mark them off the list. But I'm super excited. I cannot wait. As per this, I'm not always going to do the headphones for all of the series on this channel. However, Kodansha is possibly a company that would copyright my reactions. So we're just going to be safer than sorry. So hopefully you can sync this up with the video down below and you can have the audio there, and that's helpful. So hopefully that works out for you. But I'm super excited. I hope you all are as well. We've talked for almost 10 minutes, but let's get this party started. We're going to look at Blue Lock episode 26, season 2, episode 2, and we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Good. Yay! I've avoided all spoilers this morning, so I'm so excited. Come on, Bandai. Let's get it. Yes. Oh, Isagi's so serious. I chose Team A. Oh. Yeah. This is so interesting. He's got the golden ticket. Oh my God. Until kickoff. 5 minutes. What? Oh, also we're skipping the intro. So enough of that. Oh, the assassin and the ninja. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Oh. Interesting. At random. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, him. Not important. Oh. Okay, right off the bat. Hey, don't worry. You're with 2 wannabes. You'll be fine. Oh my. Ooh, here we go. The 37-year-old. Snake dreads. But they might not be fast. A golem and a predator. Oh, stand out, Shigiri. You should be fine. Interesting. Ooh. How did Ego get all of these uniforms printed? How did he have time to do this? The budget. Henri's going, the budget, sir. The budget. Oh, I don't think you'll have trouble standing out against these 2. I think you'll be fine. But which of the 2 are you playing with? Oh, well, Reen. Buzzed. He looks kind of like Isagi, which is why I thought he was like a doppelganger. He's a little bit bigger than Isagi, though. Bro! You're bigger than me and you're a year younger. Cool. Oh, does he have like Kansai Ben accent? He does have a Kansai Ben accent. I thought the other one was Minen, but I guess they are Minen. An elephant. Elegant. Oh, no, that's a Kansai Ben. Aw, let's share in this cute little moment before they're completely decimated. Aw, he's like, oh my God. A gentle parallel world. Well, they're not going to pass. That's the reason. Are they the assassin and the ninja? Okay. And they have to be with Rin and Ryusei. They like go out and Ryusei just like licks their faces. Okay, I'm sure they'll be tougher than they look. Oh, did you not know? Kind of. Don't say kind of. He's just like that. It's fine. He's what we call a tsundere. Man, Tobito has ombre hair. I forget he has beautiful purple ombre hair. I love it. Okay. Chigiri's like, I'm with people without eyebrows. But you also have to subjugate them. Oh my God! Yay! I'm glad we get this match out of the way early. Let's let Isagi go ahead and do his thing. Oh, 5 goals. 5 on 5. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. I like that it feels like they're underwater there for a second. Oh! Okay. Don't overthink it. Okay. Oh! Ooh! Reen's like, okay. You're getting pretty excited. Okay. Not the CGI. Oh my gosh. Oh! And there's Chigiri! Ah! Dang it! Dang it! Chigiri would know. Dang it! Oh! Oh! Is that? Oh! It's Ryusei! Okay! Ah! Mabel! Oh my god! Oh, now see, I like this. I like them looking like chess pieces. That part's really cool. I like that. The like toxic colors. Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god, Isagi's fart green with Ryusei's pink neon. They're a rave. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, probably. Oh my god, he's like drunk off of it. Oh. Oh, shots fired. Weren't you saying like dude bro 2 seconds ago? What? Why are you inputting data? What? You can't be hot and smart like that at the same time. You're a conflicting stereotype. Oh. Oh, ooh! Ooh! Oh, there's the dum-dum. There we go. Sorry, bub. There we go. Oh no, he's perfect for Baro. Oh. Oh shit. Oh, he's the assassin. Okay. Oh no. Oh, don't insult. He is like Baro. Stop it. Stop it. What are you gossiping about? Oh my god, let me in on it. Oh my god. No, that's really cool. Okay. Oh! Oh! Hanzi! Yowza! Did he say yowza? Oh my god. Wow. Okay. So he's the assassin because he's firing shots. Until you overdose. Was he a druggie? A villain? Ah! I love it. Oh, all the shots in here. Crow boy. Caca. There we go. Oh. Oh. You sure doing a lot, Hiyori? Oh. Oh, at Kansai. Oh. Ooh. Just push through. Just eat them. Eat it. Okay, there we go. I feel like Tobito and Baro would be an interesting combination because he would just piss Baro off until Baro just like threw fists. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, Hiyori, I get a little bit more from Hiyori. I don't think he's passing, but I still get a little bit more from him than I expected. Ah. Uh-huh. So what now? Yeah, some suck it! Quit getting handsy! I guess it's legal, but no, stop it! He's using his hands! He is a crow! He's just flapping his wings! Yes! He's good with his hands, damn it! Okay. He's like, oh, 3-on-1, huh? Oh, the ninja is Ada. Oh, okay. There we go. That's what it is. Whoosh. Oh. Shadow Striker, huh? Okay. So what now? Okay. I feel like Ryusei is just a fanboy. Oh. The ninja and the assassin. Okay, yes. Right, they were together with Kinyu. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah, you know. He's like, no, damn it. Damn it. Oh, interesting. Oh. Oh, he's like Kuroko. Oh my god, he's based on Kuroko. There we go. Oh my god. Oh. The cool mint. The cool mint in that moment. Bitch. Prove you're number one. Do it. Oh. Yeah. Ha. Yes. Yes, damn. Uh-huh. Mm. He's like, I'm just hot. Leave me alone. Oh, come on, Isagi. What we gonna do? So what are you gonna do? Yeah. Yeah, what are you gonna do? You gotta stand out. Oh my god! Chigiri's like, ah, that's probably what he's thinking. Yeah, right? Ooh, yeah, you gotta find a way to subjugate them. How are you gonna do that? I do what I want! Oh. Alright. Go, Chigiri. Alright. Ooh. I'm rooting for Chigiri too, so it's hard because you're rooting for both these teams. Okay. There we go. Oh! Chigiri and Isagi have never been much of a good matchup, so... Oh. Oh, I love the voice acting. Good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. Well, crap. Oh. Don't you want some chicken wings? Oh, he's like, why? Ah. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Nice, Chigiri. Nice. Yeah, the other two guys in your team are doing jack shit. All right, so you gotta make the two of them acknowledge you. Ah. I'm a guy, you know. Okay. But what now? Oh. Uh-huh. Right, exactly. Okay, everybody's just... Ah, damn it! Mr. Average, no! Ah! Oh my god. Oh. Ah! Oh my god, what? Oh my god! Oh. Oh, shit. Oh. Damn, Ryusei. Okay, so Isagi has to make them do what he wants. Yeah, they're so different. Oh my god. Bottom eyelash jerk! Oh my god. What you doing? Yes! Take advantage of it! Already? No! Already? Are you kidding? No, damn it! We must have some additional time. Ah! Uh. 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 Ah! Oh my god! Aw, what is this decency? Oh, a surfer, of course. Of course. Well, be nice to Giri. Oh, Graham! Ah! Oh my god. Oh, no, no. The incompatible parallel world! Ah! I love that he just shows up for no reason. Oh my god. Oh my god. None of them are glam! Just as a life The not so glam parallel world. Oh my God, you're too good. Damn, that episode was too short. How dare? Of course, it's gonna end off and be that way. Oh my God, just, You know what the worst part is? With the OP and the ED and the additional time, these episodes are going to be really, really short. I don't normally look at the timer as I'm reacting, but as we were getting to like the puzzle piece coming together, I was like, man, we're like 19 minutes in. I don't know if we got time to wrap this game up. And then they were like, tune in next time to see if Isagi's master plan works out. And I was like, son of a bitch. Curse you, Blue Lock. But this is a really good episode. We're going to talk about it, obviously, but I really like the setup. I feel having Isagi's match go first, I feel like the other matches after this are going to go by quickly. I feel like once we get this match, like next episode, set up and kind of see, I don't know, and I don't want to know, so don't answer this in the comments. Don't spoil me. We'll find out within the next week or so, I'm sure. But I don't know exactly how, once the tryout is over, because it says final assignment, the tryouts, I'm like, once it's over, how does that work? Does Ego just say, hey, Nanase, I couldn't help but notice you did nothing this whole game. You're not going to advance. And so they like kick him out. So I'm like, is that it? Or do they just narrow down and are like, I guess you get this one extra chance. So I don't know. Do they pick one person to, everybody gets only one shot. So let's do some quick math. If you have, we have our top two that are from each group, and they're technically performing with multiple groups, right? So you have 3 for here, and then you have 3 there, 3. How did we do this last week? I need to rethink this because we have 29, we have 35 altogether. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Oh, that's Bachara getting to play 2 games. Right. Okay. From there. So, okay. So that's what you've got with your teams. I'm like, if you picked one person to stay from each round, one person that stood out, well, that's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know how they're doing the math. I'm not a math major. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how the math is going to go. So we're just going to see on that, right? We're not going to know exactly how. I'm going to be very curious after this match. Do they decide one person to go home? Do they keep one person and everybody else is on death row? My point was, I feel like once Isagi's match is over, we know Isagi's not going home. We know he's not going home. This episode does a very good job of making you worry about him, though. That's for damn sure. This episode does a really good job of making you worry that he's going to go home. Because, I mean, my thing was, I wonder if out of each group, one person leaves off the team and they just kick him out. So that would be like the worst player that performs on each team, and it's by Ego's arbitrary decision making. So, for example, or maybe they choose 3 people per match to leave. I don't know, because honestly, other than Chigiri, Snake Dreads and Shiguma, as well as, who is the other one? Shiguma was one, and then the other person, Snake Dreads, was Sara Madara. Neither of them have done a damn thing. They've just been standing around doing nothing. So I'm like, I don't see them moving on. I feel like Ego would be like, no. Chigiri's doing a great job. So I feel like Chigiri's going to make the cut. I feel like Chigiri's going to do well. They're going to make the cut. We're going to be good. Nanase hasn't done anything, and I'm not surprised by that. The one that surprised me was Hiyori. Hiyori, who looked super generic. Maybe they were the Minen instead of Plusle instead of Sakura. I feel like Hiyori came across super generic to me, and I didn't see much of him. Now, he does have the backstory of being teammates with Tobito from before, and so you could make the argument that it's like sudden backstory and he's not gonna make it, but he's at least trying. And he whenever they showed him passing and they're like, he's really good at passing, I'm like, he's Kuroko from Kuroko's Basketball, the blue hair, the passing ability, he is a direct reference. I was like, oh my god. But I don't know if Kuroko would make it to the top 11 of Blue Lock. I mean, his passing ability is really good, so maybe, who knows. But anyway, so I am going to be curious. I could see if they kicked 3 people out from each match, because you have, what do you have there? So let's go over here where I'm not going to be in the main way there. So if you have 35 people in the first match, you have 10 people. So let's say you get done with that and you have 7 left. Okay, that could work. So then the next match, you have 10 people, minus 3, you have 7 left, and then so on and so forth. So you keep doing that, minus 3, you got 7. So I guess, do you just keep doing that until you keep narrowing it down? Until that's it, and you just keep narrowing it down to the top 11? I don't know how the math works. Ego's thought this out. I'm sure Ego's going to explain next episode what's going to happen. Or, I mean, here's the thing. Ego is going to watch all of these matches. Ego could very much watch every single match and make no decisions until all of the players are watched. And then he's like, okay, I went through the footage. I stayed up all night. Henri did my laundry. She made my food. We're good. I'm now picking my top 11 based on your actions and how you did. I'm like, okay. So from today's episode, we have our teams, and which I was really excited about. I love that it immediately starts with Isagi being like, I chose Team A. Like, he's so serious. And Batra's like, you'll be all right. And he's like, who am I going to play against? Which is interesting because we did see Chigiri standing over there, and Shiguma was right behind him, which is fun. So he's, yeah, for us nobodies, this is our final ticket. So yeah, we're going to skip the intro. Do that. It was a lot easier. Last week, they didn't give you the skip intro, skip outro options, and so I had to, like, guess. Today, it was a lot easier. So that was good. But yeah, when we do the timers, we'll probably just have to factor in what that looks like and go from there. I'll figure it out and do the math on it. It'll be fine. Anyway, so if we get the internet to work right, it's like the downside of these episodes is that everybody is trying to watch at once. And so the episode is called The Assassin and the Ninja. I like the top 6 have a name. I honestly would put Nagi as a ninja, but no, that's basically so. Of the match right now, we have Rin, we have Ryusei, and we have, let me get this right here. We have Rin, we have Ryusei, we have Isagi, and then we have Hiyori, and we have Nanase. Nanase's out for me because he hasn't done much, and Hiyori's done some things. Then we have Tobito, and we have Ada, we have Chigiri, and then we have Sarah, oh, what is it? Madara, and Shiguma. I don't see Sarah, Madara, Shiguma staying at all. Neither of them shown any presence. I thought that Chigiri, who has done really good, I think that Ada being the ninja and Tobito being the assassin. Here's the thing, though. Chigiri has done a really good job of being an asset to the team and showing that he is useful, but has he been able to subjugate the 2 that he's working with? No. He's just like, use my legs, eat them like a chicken drum, and they're like, okay. And Tobito's like, I like KFC, so there we go. I don't know if Chigiri's done enough to prove, I know that he's done enough to do the coexistence and assertion, but I don't know about the subjugating. And it seemed like Isagi was about to do the subjugating, and the episode cut off, and I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? Fine. But the coexisting and asserting, Shigeri's good with that. And Shigeri's always been good with that, so that's not a surprise, right? And then you have Rin and Ryusei. Here's the thing. Tobito and Ada, even though they're kind of at odds with one another, they've worked together a lot this entire series. They actually work well off of each other and kind of have good chemistry, and it's neat. Rin would like to have good chemistry with people. Ryusei does not. Here's the thing. Ryusei is like if Baro, Rin, and Nagi combined. Mainly if Baro and Nagi combined. Like, Ryusei has all of the moves and the latent talent, and it's like attached to his DNA, but he also has the arrogance of Baro. Like, Baro has a lot of arrogance, but I don't know if he quite has the talent to back it up. And I'm not meaning to speak shade on Baro. That's just what we've seen from the season. But Ryusei has the talent to back him up. And it's like, okay. But that talent clashes with Rin, and Rin's just like, do the damn thing, and Ryusei's like, I do what I want. But he's a bitch about it. So I feel it's going to be interesting to see next week how exactly has Isagi realized to work with these two and make it work to their advantage. Because if they lose one goal, I don't know what happens. I don't know if you lose what it means. I don't know if you lose, that means all three of you are gone. If that's the case, then Shigeri will be gone too, and I'm not ready for that. So, but this series is going to be a lot. So it's like, I feel like if your team loses, you will be in a much worse position to have the chop than if your team wins. But I could be wrong. So there are 5 matches in total. Okay. So let's get this established because we have Team A and Team B. So we have A1 versus B1, which is this match down here. Then we have A2 versus C1. Then you have B2 and C2. And then you have A3 and B3. Get the B's out of the way. And then, because Bachara has more, is the extra player. That's what it is. Yeah, we talked about that last week, that there was, and I don't think I saved that paper, but there were actually, did I save that paper? I don't think I did. I wanted to know if I saved that blue lock paper, and I don't think I did. That has them all on it. Oh, we do. Yay. Okay, awesome. Cool. So I wrote down who I think the top 11 are. Well, of course I did. But I didn't write down the other ones. Crud muffin. Okay, well, anyway. We'll see if that goes forward with it. So basically you have, we have Rin and Ryusei and 1, 2, 3. And then you have Ada and Tobito and 1, 2, 3. And then you have Rin and Ryusei in 1, 2, 3. Man, Ryusei and the top 6 are going to get a workout. They are going to get bulked up from all of this, which is kind of insane. Like it kind of sucks they get an advantage because they're going to get to play multiple matches. But here's the thing. You could view it as an advantage because they're getting to play all these matches and strengthen themselves. But also, even though there's 6 hours in between the matches, they are going to be worked and stressed. So their muscles, especially Team A, because they have more matches, then Rin and Ryusei are going to be stressed and their muscles are going to be put to the test, which they were the top 2. So it's like, well, you got to prove your worth if you're going to do that. So, okay. So we have that. And then we have Kinyu and Nagi and 1, 2, 3. Then we have Ada and Tobito, 1, 2, 3. Then we have Kinyu and Nagi, 1, 2, 3. We have Rin and Ryusei versus Ada and Tobito again. And then Rin and Ryusei, 1, 2, 3 versus Nagi, 1, 2, 3. So honestly, yeah, it's weird. A team gets to face a lot and they get to play quite a bit. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. We won't count that last one because it's Bachara again. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. There we go. Okay. So, all right. So there's 5 matches in total. If you had, here's the thing. I feel like once next episode happens, the other matches may not last as long per episode because I don't know if we're going to we might spend 4 episodes on each of the other matches. I would like if we did that. That would be nice. And then what would that make it? So this is episode 2. Episode 3, we're going to figure out the results of this match. And then maybe Ego's going to say how the scoring goes or whatever. Then you have 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so by episode 8, the rule of 8. Oh my God, by episode 8, we might know the top 11. Okay, all right, fine. That's great. Okay, so we're looking at possibly by episode 8, which is my favorite number, rule of 8. We're gonna be picking the top 11. Oh my God. Or it could be sooner, but I don't think it's going to be later than that. No, because that'll give us the rest of the season to focus on the U20 and all of that business. So we'll just see what happens, right? Of course, it'll be great. It'll be perfectly fine. So yeah, after each match, there's a 6-hour interval. So you're not going to, that lets them get resting. And then nobody can look at each other's matches, which is fair because that means nobody's going to get to see each other and how they battle. What's interesting is that the top 2 are going to know. So like when Rin and Ryusei go back to facing Tobito and Ada, they're going to know each other's play style. So they will get a chance to do that. And Kinyu and Nagi will get to do that as well. And interesting. Okay. What's interesting is that Rin and Ryusei, their group gets to face Kinyu and Nagi twice, and Ada and them twice. And I guess, but here's the thing, Ada and Tobito and Kinyu and Nagi only face each other once. So that's interesting to me. They only face each other. Team B and C only face each other once, which I guess since you have Ryu, I guess that's the benefit of being Rin and Ryusei as well as the curse, so as they have an extra team. Interesting. Okay. Well, how about that? So yeah, the players are chosen at random. I like this feature a lot. I love that the players are chosen at random. That's a really cool feature. You can't just team up with your friends. And plus, it makes it completely organic. So it's either going to work or it's not going to work. I love that Isagi gets right in there. And they announce who's up against who. Cool. It's great. And then Shigiri gets in there. Shigiri's like, oh, I'll stand out great. Compared to these two, I'm going to stand out perfectly fine. Also, Ego getting the random jerseys and all of this. Blue Lock. You getting all these jerseys, what you doing? Of course. But sure. So I really did like the fact that Isagi's so serious, but he like meets Nanase and Hiyori and they're like perfect little sunshine angels. And for the first time since the beginning of this series, he's not around masochistic crazy people. Although that does to me say that Nanase and Hiyori aren't making it to the next round because only the crazies make it in this world. But it's nice Isagi gets a little moment of rest and relaxation from the norm. I also like that they have a little Kansai Ben accent and they talk about the dialects. That part was really cute. It was adorable. But yeah, Nanase, even though he's a little bit bulkier and taller than Isagi, he looks too much like Isagi to advance. Cannot happen. But at least they gave him a personality, right? Now that I'm looking at it, Hiyori is Kuroko. He is based off Kuroko. You will not convince me otherwise. I'm sure that mangaka has said the design is based off it. They look so much like them. But yeah, they're just like, oh, we're having this great little moment. And he's like, man, the sense of unity. Compared to like Ego in the background being crazy and Baro and Rin, he's like, it's been so bleak up until now. But I'm like, Isagi, you are one of them. So it's funny that you're like going for this little utopian world here. Okay. Now that we know a little bit more about Reen, he is showing a little bit more emotion, and even when he's technically not, you can kind of see it under the surface. Ryusei is insane, but I kind of love him in this game. Tobito surprised me as well. Like, I'm not surprised at all that Ada is like the ninja. That part doesn't surprise me, especially with him like being covert and stuff and sneaky. That part makes sense. Tobito surprised me because I thought he would just be kind of like Baro and being a bro and just being like, whatever, man, Sigma. And then no, he actually is pretty calculating, and he has like a photographic memory, and he zeroes in on a weakness. Although now that I'm looking at his character design, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of the character Mori from Moriarty the Patriot. If you've watched that series, which I have reactions on this channel for, Moriarty the Patriot has a character named Mori who's an assassin. He looks exactly like him. So interesting. Okay. I love his ombre hair. Purple's one of my favorite colors. Green is one of my favorite colors, but not the green that's Ada's. But Tobito, his purple is like my favorite. I love it. And so him and Ada get along really, really good together. I love it. But yeah, Isagi's like, I gotta give this match my all and stand out. And he's trying so hard. I don't think Ryusei understands yet how much he's going to like Isagi, because Ryusei is him having Gojo's voice actor. I know exactly why they cast him now, because he says some off the wall shit that I'm like, this is what Gojo would say, which is really funny. Okay, we're gonna talk real quick about the animation. Address the elephant in the room. I don't mind it. I'm gonna talk about it with y'all, because as soon as this was all going on, all I could think about was season 2 of Ace of the Diamond, because back when I was reacting to that series, those reactions are on here too, if you want to go check those out. When I was reacting to season 2 of Ace of the Diamond, this is not a spoiler to anything except for the animation. There are times where some of the shots are more static, and I didn't notice it. It did not affect my reactions at all. I didn't care. I'm a character-driven person, so like I'm paying attention to the dialogue and what the characters' facial expressions are and things like that. I could care less if they're animated in the movement process. But a lot of people were like, I guess they complained about that with the animation. It is what it is. But I think the quality of the stills they give us are fine. This mirrors season 2 of Ace of the Diamond's movement a little bit. So I was like, oh, okay. We only got 1 or 2 shots of the bad CGI, but then I like the chess piece motif. I like using the chess pieces and showing where the players are, like their figurines. I'm fine with that. I think that's pretty concrete. It's easy to go around. I thought there were still some really, really good animated shots in this, especially with the style and the line work that they're doing, especially when they get Ryusei. Look, Ryusei and the bubblegum neon pink, the aesthetic, y'all. The aesthetic. Yes, I'm not a pink person, but it works so good for him. And you know what the neon pink also works good with? The fart green aura of Isagi. So I like seeing those auras mix and mingle. I was like, oh, show you could do so much with this. I'm so excited. I was like, yes. It looked like a paint splatter. It looked like Splatoon, and it was beautiful. I was like, oh, I love it. And the blues and the pinks. Yes. He's like, every cell in my body multiplies so I can score a goal. And Isagi's like, you're making your own food? And he's like, it was this impossible physical ability that dumped out Kunigami. Mm-hmm. Yes. And he's just like sitting there blushing. He's drunk off his own power. And I'm like, of course you are. He's a bitch, but I love him. Shido Ryusei, I'm here for it. Okay. And then I like that. Also, the thing about it is that Tobito gauging the weaknesses of players around him is a form of psychological warfare, because he's immediately, by calling out your weaknesses, he's drawing attention to them and getting you to think about them, which takes you out of the game, makes you lose focus. So it is definitely psychological warfare. Now, the way that Isagi can get around that is if he doesn't pay attention to Tobito, because Hiyori was like, oh, we'll just keep playing to your weaknesses and eventually you'll overpower him. And I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that entirely, but what I think is going to happen next episode is that Isagi is going to get so overwhelmingly focused on Rin and Ryusei and devouring them, that he's going to completely block out whatever Tobito had said is going to no longer be a thing. And so, but Tobito being the assassin, I do like the image of him like firing the gun through the Blue Lock player. It's interesting, but yeah. Oh, him and his little Naruto eyes going off there. Of course he is. Yeah. He also has the Baro smile, like the cheeky Baro grin. So I'm like, I feel like him and Baro would be an interesting matchup. They're on the same team together, so they're not going to face each other, but they are going to have to compete together at some point. And I want to see that matchup because Baro can be his own worst enemy. And so him being forced to work with Tobito is going to be interesting to see how they bounce off of each other. So part of this is coexistence and being able to assert yourself, which Isagi's really good at coexistence. He's really good at subjugating, I feel. It's just the assertion that he kind of struggles with sometimes, whereas Chigiri's whole thing is assertion and coexistence he's great at, but subjugating he's not. Also, Tobito was so handsy. He was just sitting there just like pushing people out of the way, and I know legally in soccer you can technically do that, but I was like, damn, put your hands down. Keep your hands to yourself. Mm-hmm. What the heck, man? I was wondering if he'd come back with the catchphrases and he'd call Isagi a dum-dum. And then Isagi being like, this guy's a villain. I was like, ah! I loved it. I love Isagi being like, he's a meanie. I was like, yes. Yes, he is Isagi, and we've got to take him down. But I don't know. It's 4-2. I don't know how that's going to work. I like that Hiyori, like, has played with him before, and so he knows how to do it. And so he's like, look, he set his sights on you, Isagi-kun. And he's like, we were in the same year. I really like that image of the two of them, like, side by side. Tobito's got a lot of forearm there, right? A lot of forearm. But he's like, let him attack your weaknesses and push through with your strengths. Well, that's all well and good, but Isagi's strengths are consuming people, so, you know. I like that Chigiri knows... He knows well enough how Isagi functions to kind of work around him, but Chigiri hasn't been around Isagi when he's had his devouring moments enough, I think, to understand how those work. You know what? He looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh villain, but I really like Ryusei's design. I didn't like it when he was first introduced, but it's grown on me so much. I'm kind of here for it. The aesthetic is there. The antennas are there, but so is the aesthetic. I just felt bad for Isagi because he was getting ignored, and he's just like, I want to be the protagonist, but Isagi's got to work, right? And that's when, I also like when they all like triple team him and he's like, yes, come at me. Like Tobito's great too. I like Tobito as well. I would say so far of this episode, my favorites were Tobito and Ryusei. And here's the scary part. Last season, Rin was like, if Rin was on stage, if Rin was on the field, all eyes were on Rin. All eyes. Like you couldn't take your eyes off of Rin. This episode, I totally lost him in the shuffle. Like I was focused on Tobito and I was focused on Ryusei. And I was like, oh. Like I wasn't paying attention to Rin at all. And Ada was there, but Ada's whole point is being a ninja, so they're stealthy, so you don't really notice them. I wonder if that will come back and bite Ada in the end. Because like I said last week, I didn't think that Ada would be one of my top 11. But I wondered what would happen with him. I wonder if him being stealthy is going to show that he isn't standing out. And he's stealthy, but he kind of reminds me a little bit of Chigiri, where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like he would be top 11 material. I know Ada is really strong, but I don't know if he stands out like Tobito did. Tobito and Ryusei, I was like, okay, all right, you guys kind of proved why you need to be here. Ryusei, I'm still on the fence a little bit about because he doesn't get along well with others. And part of this was coexistence. And Ryusei is not really here for anybody else. So maybe Isagi will turn that around next episode and be like, look, you can coexist with me. We can gnaw on each other's limbs. And he'll be like, yes. So we'll see how that goes. But Tobito, I really liked him this episode. He was great. Also, it was weird seeing someone like go around Rin and get the slip on him. Like that was actually, interesting. And then, yeah, Ryusei being like, oh, shit, dude, what crazy specs. Whoever did the English translation, y'all deserve a medal because the translations were a lot of fun this episode. I thought especially Ryusei, they're clearly fans because he got some good one-liners throughout this. So yeah, Ada the ninja and Tobito the assassin. Maybe Ada will make the top 11, but I'm going to put Ada down here. I'm going to put like an honorable mention category of who I think could. I think Ada is there. As much as I like Hiyori, he ain't making the top 11. I like Hiyori a lot. I like him a lot more than I expected, but he ain't making the top 11. But Ada might. Ada, what's his first name is Otoya, or surname. All right. I'm going to put in my honorable mentions because I don't know. And they're technically number 4 and number 3. We'll see where that goes. But yeah, I like that Reen's just like... We know that Reen is making it because he's got to play his brother. We know that's going to happen. So it's just a matter of... We know Reen and Isagi are going to make it. Main character and Reen. We just don't know who the other 9 are going to be. But I feel like Tobito and Ryusei... Tobito for sure. I think he'll be on there. I kind of like him. And plus, I feel like... by this episode, establishing that Tobito looks down on Isagi and doesn't view him as a threat, I feel like next episode is where Isagi is going to come around, subjugate Reen and Ryusei to do what he wants, and showing that potential of what it can do, I think will make Tobito go, oh, you can do that? Well, we'll come over here and nibble on this chicken wing. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Now, Ada, I don't know if that'll persuade Ada, and he'll be like, Ada seemed more impressed by Chigiri. Ada was like, oh, I could use your legs, your speed, I want in. So, I don't know. I guess I'll put that down here, that Ada, since Ada seemed to find Chigiri useful, that might be a way that they connect and form a chemical reaction, which could get Ada in the top 11. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I do like that Rin was like, oh, you guys got all these things blocked. Well, fine, I'll just shoot it myself and show you why I'm still here in number 1. Okay, thank you. I do love that a lot. But then it's 2-2. Chigiri pulls himself up, makes himself known, makes himself to be useful to the two of them, which is what part of the assignment is. Part of the assignment is showing that you're useful, which is what Chigiri does. He accelerates. I do like whenever we see like the neon, I'm going to take a picture of that, the neon like streaks coming off Chigiri, and it lights up. Like there's so many like Blade Runner 2049-esque shots, but Tobito with that like neon glow around him, that might be the thumbnail when he's like, not bad. And then Ada's like, I want his legs and I want his speed. So yeah, so it's 3-2. And the sad thing is that Isagi's like, okay, what do we do? And Rin and Ryusei, Rin had it. Like Hiyori got it to Rin. Hiyori had established that Rin was somebody competent he could pass to. And Isagi was trying to get to the spot where he could take the ball, but he was being blocked off by Tobito. And then right as Rin gets the ball, in comes Ryusei with his cat eyes looking like a damn feline. And he's like, no, it's for me. And the two of them clash. And it's like, but why? And they clash, causing the ball to completely go off. And then Chigiri gets it to Tobito and he scores. And he's like, well, damn it. Then he realizes in that moment that Rin reads the field and arrives at the optimal course of action. But Ryusei relies on instinct to pick the perfect choice. They have the same answer, but they can't link up because their processes are so different. That's the problem. And then the two of them are like, well, that was mine. And it's like, oh my God. Like them both being just pissed off at each other. Now keys. But of course, at that moment, that's when Isagi's like, wait. I thought for a second when we saw his mouth like this, I thought it was Nanase. But then when he's like, this is the piece I could take advantage of. And he gets like the little green lime glow in his eyes. And it's like, oh, if Chigiri was looking over at that moment, he'd be like, oh no, Isagi's puzzle piecing it. He's piecing it all together. I can't believe that its episode was over. No, too short. Too damn short. Anyway, so we get the additional time where we have like the perfect gentle parallel world where Nanase and the three of them, Hiyori, Nanase, and Isagi all have like such a gentle parallel world, and it's perfect. Then you have Chigiri with Saramadara and Shiguma. Saramadara being the predator. If you've ever watched that movie from the 80s, it's that the predator has the dreadlocks coming back behind the hair. That's why he's called that. Makes sense. And then Shiguma is like a giant golem, is what it is. But Saramadara's over here like talking about surfing terms that Chigiri has no clue about. and Shiguma's just like a grandma's boy where he's like, he just wants to go back to his gam. And Chigiri's like, I can't talk with either of these people. It's so funny. Chigiri has like no chemistry with them. He's like, do any of you use like hair products? Nope. Meanwhile, speaking of using hair products, we have Aryu, who is the most, our Jujubee, who is the most glam. He's like, oh, Team A could create a chemical reaction. He's like, you know, Ryusei's hair color and Reen's beautiful eyelashes. We are the most 3 glam people on the team. And he looks around. I love when he has like the hair flipping and the black nails. I love it. And he's like, well, there's 2 besides me who are also glam, but he's like, who would those be? Then there's Tanaka, who looks like Bob Ross, who's picking his nose. God, no. He's like, he's so crude, not glam. And then he's like, Wanema, he's like doing some care, but the beauty routine is not exactly glam. And then when he said for Igarashi, he said Igarashi, he goes, just as a life form. He's not glam. The shade that was thrown this episode was so good. I was like, oh my God, all of the shade. And he's like, God, please don't make me team up with these 3 totally unglam rubes. Where's Toki? You could team up with him maybe, and Bachara. Get with them. The not so glam parallel world. Oh my God. I love it. Poor Ryusei. Poor Jujubee. He's trying so hard. This was such a great episode. I loved it so much. It has me so hyped, but you know what's so frustrating? I have to wait a week now. I can't just binge watch. I have to wait a week with you all. So we're all just going to be feral together. It's fine. It'll be fine. We'll be great. So I'm super excited to see what we get next week, to see how is Isagi going to subjugate these 2? How is he going to make it work? How is he going to draw everybody's attention? Because, you know, what I was thinking was, I feel like Ego has a little bit of favoritism. I think he favors Isagi just a wee bit. So, or maybe he sees Isagi as the ultimate diamond in the rough. Maybe he relates to him. I don't know, but we're going to have to wait and see how that goes. Anyway, my Kool-Aid is gone. And this episode is over. And it will be over all too soon. So, damn it. Anyway, I'm super excited to see what we're going to get. We'll just have to wait and see. So, in any case, I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'm excited to see your comments down below. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back real soon with more Blue Lock. Bye.